Hello and welcome back, all you scrappers. So, Mr. Volt sees some people working over there, so right away he goes to check the dumpster just in case he finds some goodies, and he found a big old chunk right there. Some red brass, and this lettering right here got cut off, so it's supposed to say 85% copper and 15% zinc. So, those mixed together makes the red brass. And over here we have a lot of goodies. I say goodies because, well, I guess you can use this stuff. So, I don't know, people throw a lot of this stuff away, but it can still be used. So it looks like there's some like light connectors over here. Not sure about the technical term, if that's what it's called, but that's what it looks like to me. A lot of stuff that's brand new in the packaging, you find that all the time. I mean, you could even take that tubing right there and use that for something, but yeah, sometimes we can't take everything. But these we can take and we can use. Yeah, so Mr. Volt has some projects that he's working on, so he can use that. This kind of stuff we find all the time, like in industrial areas. So look around and see if you guys have industrial areas nearby where you're at. You know, chances are there's a lot of stuff like this being thrown away. Like, I don't even know, you know, off the top of my head, but I don't know how much these go for, like, in boxes, but there's a lot of them. You know, the outlets, even the covers, all kinds of stuff like that that can be used still. So just check them and make sure they're good, but yeah, a lot of the stuff we find is brand new. Maybe it, you know, might come out of the packaging, but that's okay. And then everything we find, you know, we check it later and see what we're able to use, sell. We don't donate too much of like the industrial type of stuff because we know, you know, it's just gonna get thrown out if we were to take a lot of the stuff to the thrift stores. But there is also Habitat for Humanity, so that is the other place, you know, that we are able to donate some of the industrial stuff. But yeah, just check where you're at and see what you're able to donate and where, just to make sure that, you know, the stuff that you give is not just going to go to their dumpster. So that's why, like with us, we kind of try to see like where to donate what. So certain type of like building stuff, like the outlets, that can, I'm pretty sure that can go to Habitat for Humanity. A lot of like lumber and construction stuff, you know, that stuff can go to Habitat for Humanity. But like, if you find clothes and, you know, home goods and stuff like that, then just check out your local thrift stores. If you have any nonprofit ones, even better. So Mr. Volt was able to take this, and this was put out for scrap. So that was a nice find right there. They were nice enough to load that up in the cart to take. So we did take the cart back though, but yeah, all the scrap, we did take it, and that was some heavyweight steel right there, number 1. So that was some good weight. I could actually feel it like when we were driving away. And Mr. Volt found this also, and yeah, some iron grip strength. So Mr. Volt, he's over here doing his workout during his dumpster dive, which is a workout in itself. But yeah, sometimes I just think like, what are these people thinking? Like, if they see like security cameras and And you see like a dumpster diver over here doing his workout. But a lot of places, they don't even have the cameras in the area, so yeah, we don't worry too much about that. But of course, you just always be respectful of the area and clean up after yourselves. No illegal dumping. And of course, be careful. And each one of these were pretty heavy, so yeah, they had some good weight. Yeah, it did rain before, but you know, for scrap it's fine. We don't worry too much about that stuff when we're out scrapping. You know, unless it damages like some usable stuff, then that's when it's a issue. But ready to go to the scrapyard, and Mr. Volt is waiting to get in. He's just walking back and forth. There's no one there. So we got a big load. And there you go. There's a view of the scrapyard. Heavy metal, steel, sheet metal. That's what we get, and that's usually about the high end of it. So of course there's times where prices can change up and down, but for the most part that's about the high end of what we make from steel. You know, which is why of course we love the non-ferrous, because yeah, that's pretty heavy. So it does put on some weight and wear to the car. And there's some cars over there. Not bad for a load. So we do donate 10% of all of our scrap money to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. But now, onto some extruded aluminum. If Mr. Volt can get it out, it is stuck in there. Those are like some blinds. They look like fabric, like, I don't know. That's pretty. I like it. And that is the process for extruded aluminum. There's also some blinds that are aluminum, so we just, you know, cut the strings off and take it in for aluminum sheet. Once you kind of get the hang of it, you know, it gets easy to take those apart. We got some stainless steel wires and brass. And of course, you know, the better the scrap, the more money you're gonna get. So if you find, you know, copper and brass, those are the good ones, of course. You should already know that by now. But cables do add up very quickly. So, you know, if you do not cut cables and take that in, you should think about that. Because we can get a good amount from just like a tote of cables. So, and recently Mr. Volt went scrapping with his dad. So Yeah, he picked him up and they went driving around because yeah, his dad was saving some scrap for him for Mr. Volt. So he went by to pick it up and then his dad wanted to go scrapping, so they went driving around and filled up the car, filled up the trailer. But he was talking to him, and besides, the copper and brass and that kind of stuff, his dad pretty much just threw everything in with the steel. So even the cables. So Mr. Volt had to show him about that. Cut the little end pieces off and save your cables. And the good thing is that you do not need a huge truck, van, or trailer to collect cables. So that is something that you can do, even with a bike, a scooter, a car, a shopping cart, a grocery cart. We have one of those too, those like collapsible ones. Those ones are good. So yeah, we would used to use that for like apartment dives, which I know we need to get some apartment dives out for you guys, but yeah, it's just there's like a whole process with that. Like when we do the apartment dives, it takes hours. We go all over. So we just need to find time to be able to get out there and do some of that, apartment diving. But those foldable, collapsible, grocery cart kind of things, those ones work great. That's how we started out. When we started out dumpster diving, it was at apartment dives, and Mr. Volt would walk around and fill up the cart. So, yeah, just if you don't have a car, you can still go out there, just be careful, and as long as you're physically able to go dumpster diving / scrapping, then, go for it. So even if you find stuff like this, this is stainless steel. Where we're at, we get around 47 cents. But yeah, like I said, it just depends. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. Does somebody need some rope? I don't know what this is for, but there's a lot in there. Which I guess you can do something with that. I mean, if you're creative enough, you can do something with pretty much everything. We like to watch like documentaries on stuff that can be recycled, reused, different things, right? So, of course, there's the regular, metals and aluminum, all that stuff like that can be recycled, right? But recently, we've seen a documentary about oil spills and how, it's obviously horrible for the ocean. But yeah, there's a company that they make these mats out of hair, like actual human hair. So they will collect hair, and people will send in bags and bags of their hair. And they make these mats that will just soak up the oil. It's not toxic, it's not, bad. They make these mats of hair. And that is something that we never, even thought about. I mean, donating your hair to make wigs and, stuff like that, for people that maybe have, cancer and they've done their treatments and stuff. That, of course, that's amazing, right? You do a ponytail, cut that off, send it in, and they can make a wig out of it. Great. But there's this company that makes these mats. So that is definitely something different. There you go, another view of the scrapyard. Because sometimes we go out and come back in Make sure to subscribe, like, leave a comment, and of course, have a great day. Bye.